Good evening, everybody. I am your host, Zedong, and we are back in the People's Republic China, and we are just moving right on forward. There's nothing that can really stop us here, and we've secured the tungsten in China, so I'm going to make this maneuver, and this maneuver. Alright. So this unit is likely going to be very low on supply very quickly, especially as we're taking the areas that he would supply himself through. Looking at our supply situation, things are going pretty well. I mean, we are mostly at capacity. We don't really need all that much in order to win. Right on in. Now, this war is going pretty well. Soviets actually have taken casualties. So has Mongolia. But we have done most of the work here. And that's important to know. Is that means at the peace conference we'll have full reign over whatever we want. I'm just going to make a full push on the goal mode. I don't think the AI will be able to do much about it. Yeah, that armament effort is really helping us more than anything. And getting these extra research slots. The war's going great, honestly. Yeah, low supply. Waiting for that. And now they don't have enough strength to do anything about it. Slightly entrenched, but looking at how this battle's going, I don't think they can pull it off. No. We're on the final stages of this plan, and things just look like they're going to like exactly as I had hoped they would. We really need to get these troops off of that area. Let's see. We'll assign these troops to Mao Zedong and put them onto the assault order. So having these extra troops will really increase the effectivity of this plan. There's nothing they can do about it. There's the airfield that they built for us so kindly. Now we can truly move forward with Infantry Equipment 1. Now, eventually I'm going to have to do motorized infantry if I want to attack faster. But I think we need to move into actual support equipment now that I'm looking at it. Huh. Yeah, so, make sure you guys tell me what you think of this series so far. I mean, I've been having fun with it. I hope you guys are as well. I'm sorry about the resolution in these videos. My computer is a little bit of a potato, and so it can't really handle advanced technologies too well. Let's see, these battles are going fairly well. Ooh, supply-wise, we are not doing well with this region. That is going to require some hard work on our end, and especially because this infrastructure is being destroyed right there. Shaanxi, it's building its first civilian factory in ages. Yeah, none of these areas are industrialized. Ooh. Well, that at least means we can customize what these areas specialize in. However, that means we're just going to have to build up a whole lot of civilian factories in order to build them in any sort of timely manner. Alright, we're going to continue our rush on these provinces, and hopefully, just maybe, we'll be able to close out this war before guarantees can start being thrown out. Yeah, that's a little bit of a worry. We are slowly becoming more and more powerful, and I don't think there's much they can really do about it. I don't really understand how they calculate how many building slots that you can have in an individual province. I really think there should be a way to develop regions. Okay, there's 3 factories in here. That'll be nice to secure. The Italians actually took a singular province. Now, that's going to spell trouble for them, because now I'm just going to cut them all off. Ooh, Japan just got into the fight. So, instead of attacking, we're going to set up... No. We're going to keep you on that front line. And right here, we're going to finish those units off. Now we're going to get even more research slots. Ugh. Sorry, I misspoke there. Have more than 50 factories. Darn. Looking around, I don't think we should move into aviation. That'll add to air bases, but that's not going to be much of a use to us. If we move into army effort, I'm leaning towards going down the motorization and mechanization line, so we could eventually get to special forces. However, I don't really see anything that deeply benefits us on those routes, so I'm just going to build up our factories. Now, these units will quickly. Send those 2 units over. We got this 1 unit advancing. As soon as he takes that province, send him right over. There's a little bit of a bulge here. So, as we secure more and more factories for ourselves, we have to come to the realization that we can't really do all that much. We're gonna go for more construction speed, and as soon as this towed artillery tech is done, we're gonna have to get even more industry techs. Industry techs are basically our top priority. despite them having their Italian troops just chilling here, there won't be much they can really do against us. Alright. We're attacking, we're fighting, and they cannot reinforce their units properly. So now they're up to 19,000 in casualties, which I'm sure they can deal with, being the fact that most Chinese countries have tons of manpower, no matter which way you look at it. Alright. Alright, we're just gonna barrel our way through these troops right here. No matter what their strategy is, I don't think they can do much against us. We still have a positive margin on our infantry equipment. Now, since we are upgrading our troops at this point, that means things are going fairly well for us. I'd say our upgrades are a higher priority than building up these units. However, getting them out into the field, I think I'm just going to deploy them a little bit early. They'll have a tiny bit of experience to start with. I think that'll be all that they really need to help us out on our fights. Alright. Move this unit to here. Alright. Everybody's moving in, and the rest of Ma here is being defended by the Japanese, which is really frustrating because Japanese are kind of fighting against their own interests, because most of these nations would be fighting against them if I had not attacked them. It's really just annoying. However much I would like to do that, I'm going to have to focus on concentrated industry once again. And then once support equipment's done, maybe I'll move over and get support artillery, because I think we can only do so much support-wise. Alright, we have low supply once again. It's really too bad. We need a lot more. See, the infrastructure is just too low for our units here. So, branching a lot of these units out will probably help us in this fight. Alright, now that these units have strategically redeployed, we should start seeing their effect. Supply-wise, we're probably going to be really low in supply. But I don't see that having much of an effect on our troops, per se. Looking at how, logistics-wise, looks like most of our troops are supported to a certain extent. Out in the field, we have some old basic equipment from those troops. We're going to have to... We're almost filled up. We have 142,000 troops, which is really good for us with how this game can go. There's some countries that don't have that many units by this point in the game. Especially a lot of the smaller countries. So I don't think there's much they can do against us. we're cleaning up this war. We're up to 5,000 losses, but once again, there's not much they can do, even if they wanted to. You can basically just encircle these. This Japanese troop if we really wanted to. Alright. Oh, they don't even have organization, so we can take them over very quickly. Let's see, let's move to that province, to that province. Infrastructure here is just so low. There's not much we can really do about it. See, they have fresh Italian troops. I really do not understand why the fascists are coming in here and trying to support them. I mean, at least the Germans are keeping their nose out of here, but I don't really understand. Let's see, I want to go check on European situation. Let's see what the Germans are up to. Just general army innovations. I'm sure the French are defensive, yeah. Looks like things are on their way to World War II. Oh, the Spanish Civil War is still going. Madrid has been taken, so it looks like as soon as Barcelona falls, nationalist Spain will win and take over basically all of Iberia, and that'll mean France will eventually have to fight a two-front war, depending on how quickly the nationalists can join in. And our Soviet allies are planning on doing a naval invasion of nationalist Spain's islands, which is too bad for our ally. I mean, I kind of want the nationalists to win purely because that'll mean allies will be less of a hassle for us later on. In the grand scheme, when like World War III starts up, because that's part of what my plan is, to make sure World War III happens. Not because it's necessarily good, but just because it would help us out in these wars that we'll be fighting. I think our units just need to recover organization, so I'll hold off on attacking. Yep. So this unit is completely cut off from his brethren. Alright, the quicker this battle ends, the better. I mean, they almost shouldn't exist anymore. We're just going to town, shooting them. Yep, there we go. Alright. Alright, everybody, just branch out and get ready. We're gearing up. Now, this war took a lot longer than I was hoping. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I was hoping that we could declare war on Xinjiang a lot sooner. And hopefully, since the Soviets are, it seems, building up a front line, well, they at least have troops. And we would be able to surround all of the Soviets. Okay, the Soviets do have an invasion plan against Japan now. And it looks like our provinces are part of that plan. Great. It looks like everything is coming together pretty much in our favor. It looks like the Soviets had basically pulled out and stopped helping us. So we're gonna see if we can just mob mentality this. Just go all in. All of our attacks. Alright. it's these Italian troops. They're just so much better than ours. There's not much we can really do about that. Production. There we go. We're gonna move down. We're gonna build some artillery. Now that'll be only like 1 a week, but every little bit counts for us. There's no template that it goes into, so we're gonna have to go in and edit our templates. All of our troops should basically have support artillery. So we're going to add support artillery, save, edit, add support artillery. Now, it'll only require 24 artillery, so it'll take a fairly large amount of time, and I'm going to look at our margins. Yeah, we need 800, so that's going to take tons of time for us to build up. Yeah. Only Xinjiang was not able to get all of these volunteer troops from, like the Japanese and such. Hindenburg. Oh, so they survived. Everything good. Good, good, good. Alright, this battle needs to be over right now. I don't think I can support this battle for too much longer. At least we have seasoned troops, so I'm gonna move this seasoned unit over here. Especially since it has such low organization, it really needs the time to recover. Alright. I have no idea why this Italian unit insists on attacking us. Supply-wise, I just really wish we could do some more. Alright, we got support equipment researched. Let's see, they help us with entrenchment. They help us with just general recon, MP, suppression, maintenance, reliability. I don't think we really need that. More so, we need to move our way up. Oh, what was I thinking? We need to move into mechanical computing. Or was that the thing we were looking at? Let's see, we got that. Ooh, no, improved machining tools. Sorry guys, I know you guys were about to yell at me. Alright, thank you for joining me. This is maybe next video. I keep on saying we'll be able to finish up this war with Xinjiang and finally dispatch of all these Japanese and Italian forces. I've been your host Hoodlum, and thank you for your time.